The past is not what it seems. You must find the truth. Go north, across the enchanted lands, and into the unknown.
That's a look at the highly anticipated sequel, Frozen 2. The original film became the highest-grossing animated film of all time and won 2 Oscars.
And this time around, everyone's favorite sisters, Anna and Elsa, are looking for answers about why Elsa was born with magical powers, and the search leads them on a dangerous but incredible journey. And the producer of Frozen, Peter Del Vecho, joins us now. Peter, it's nice to see you. Good morning.
Nice to meet you. Good morning.
All right, can we just go back to the first quickly? Did you have any idea, as Carolyn just mentioned, this is the highest-grossing animated film of all time. Did you have any idea that that film would resonate with audiences the way it did?
You know, when you work on these films, you hope that audiences enjoy them. And we knew we had a good film, but nobody could have anticipated it becoming a phenomenon that it became. So no, we did not anticipate that.
And how much pressure do you now feel coming up with the sequel?
There is no question that we take it seriously ourselves. We don't want to disappoint our fans. We don't want to disappoint our crew. That's really important to us. So we're hoping that we've created another movie that's just as exciting as the first.
Yeah, well, you call it a phenomenon, and it certainly was. I mean, not only the film and the amount of people that went to see it, but of course, all of the merchandise as well. And we heard a story, true or false, that at the height of the pandemonium around Frozen, like not even like your associate directors and producers could get their hands on any merchandise?
It is true that I think we underestimated the amount of product that was needed, and so yes, it was scarce for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about great songs, iconic songs that come from films. Obviously, Let It Go is one of them. Yes. Are you coming up with another great song for this?
You know, Bobby and Kristen, our songwriters, have sort of outdone themselves. They've written 7 new songs for this movie, and they run the gamut from just fun, lighthearted songs to really deeply emotional songs. So I think there'll be plenty of music for people to love on this one too.
All right, could you maybe just give us a taste? Could you hum a few bars?
I would not be doing the film service.
Idina Menzel, everybody.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's good. I know that one. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Okay.
Now, we also heard when it came to casting, you guys cast everyone you had wanted right from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, we auditioned, for the first film, we auditioned probably 100 people for each role, and we narrowed right down to the cast we have, and we couldn't be happier. They are the perfect cast for this movie.
Yeah, you literally had 50 to 100 people kind of in your mind for each role, and you got your first choice, did you, for each one?
Yes.
Yeah. Again, true or false, was Carolyn, was she number 49 for Elsa?
I think she was right up there, if I recall correctly.
Well, I should have sent you my daughter's birthday video, because I did play Elsa at her Frozen themed party.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Talk to us about the process, because we also understand that your research led you to Canada when you researched Frozen 1.
We did. We came up. We actually went to the Ice Hotel in Quebec. We also did, we sent our animators, in LA, there's not a lot of snow. There's not a lot of cold weather, and it was important for them all to understand how the light worked against the snow, but also the texture and feel and all of that.
Yeah,
okay.
Talk to us a bit about that, because this film really set a new standard when it comes to animation for Disney.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the environment, we had to develop the technology. We hadn't done snow before. We learned some interesting things, like when you step on snow, you can actually have a hard outer layer and a lower layer.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to do another true or false to you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really record reindeer in snow?
We recorded reindeer, we recorded ice cracking. Our sound designer, Odin Benitez, wants that authentic sound, so yes.
Yeah, and it's not only the sound, it's the animation. We were reading that Elsa and her infamous blonde braid was kind of one of the more difficult pieces for you to put together in the first film.
Well, she has a lot of hair, technically speaking, even more hair than Rapunzel did. Mm-hmm. The technology keeps getting better, our artists keep getting better, and they keep pushing the limit on the animation.
Yeah, but it was something like, what, 400,000 individual hairs?
I believe it's something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's astonishing.
Now, in between the films, you have worked on a Disney short
Yes.
frozen fever. Does that help the process bring in the next film?
It did. I mean, the one thing the Frozen Fever taught us is how much we had missed the characters when we started on that project. It was about a year after the film came out, and we genuinely like these characters. They are real to us, and it was really doing that we realized we had more story to tell, and we wanted to have a sequel.
And is that a good way to gauge the public and the public's appetite for the film?
Well, it was the public that sort of demanded, they wanted a short or something to keep that experience alive. So that's the initial reason we did the short. The sequel is really more like the first movie in that I think by the time you watch the second movie, it'll feel like the first movie and the second movie were always meant to be one whole tale.
Okay, speaking of the sequel, we can't let you go unless we ask you a little bit about, I know you can't give much away, but just let's talk about the first 5 minutes of the film.
Okay.
So it opens.
It does.
And then what happens?
What I can say is that we do have a flashback of the parents. So young Anna and Elsa have a scene with their parents where they impart some information to them that lays the groundwork for adventures later in the film.
Yeah. Okay. And those adventures would entail exactly.
Well, I can say that we go far away from Arendelle into an enchanted forest and beyond.
And there's lots of snow.
Yeah.
That's as good as you're going to get, Jeff.
Okay.
All right. Frozen 2 opens in theaters everywhere November 21st. Peter, thank you so much. A real pleasure having you on.
Thank you.